And we're live! Welcome to episode 86 of the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. Tonight, we're going to do amazing things with Chainmail. Like, I don't know yet. I haven't figured that part out. Hang on. Noise, can't have that. One day we'll have an appropriate voiceover. Oh, okay. When I went to share this, my face is stuck like this in the thumbnail. That can't be photoshopped into anything bad. Hey Barb, how you doing? Here's some, see how big my hand is? Here's some forced perspective for you. How they make snakes look big in internet pictures. Do you see how big this snake is? Oh, thanks for liking the stream, Barb. Thanks for being here. Not bad? I'm not doing too bad, I can't complain. I'm tired, man. Today was a long day. Long day. Like, I drove and drove and drove and drove and drove, and I still had stuff to do at the end of the day. And it was like, I had to reschedule with some people because I wasn't gonna make it to their place, and one of them did not call me back, and that's kind of concerning, but not. I'm sure everything's fine. They would call me if something was wrong, I do believe. So, long day. There, what's going on? Getting notifications on my phone. It's a notification that I've gone live. Alright. This phone likes to make noise, and the microphone likes to pick it up. Alright. Turn Frank on. What's Frank looking at? The question is this... Frank's too close. There we go. These are clearly not the same direction. They should be. So I gotta figure out what I did wrong here. Right? Over on this side. Which means I'm gonna have to look at this for a minute to figure out. There's over one, down one, over one, down one. This is. That's so weird. Why does it look so different? I don't understand. You got both kits that you ordered today? A rainbow bracelet from We've Got Mail and Josh's Bright Aluminum Dreamcatcher? Sweet. Alright. I guess these are the same. It's so weird. Okay. I don't know. We'll add some more and see where it gets us. This is already, it's about, yeah, 3 rows lower than the other side, which is about where it's at on. We'd probably eliminate, actually, no, let's do that. Let's take away a row for starters. I think we went too low. Notification of payment received. That's always fun, getting money. Gotta get that money. Of which I am in dire need of right now. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Ugh. I think this year just left everybody poor. Everybody just struggling to get by. Soon. Today was like I worked like all day, right? So of course nothing got done downstairs here. Downstairs in the lair. Nah, that's like too villainy. The workshop, too generic. MailleWerX, Chainmail, and Craft Emporium. I don't know what to call my basement. We should hold a raffle for like best name entry. You gotta pay $5 to submit your entry, and if you win, you get a blanket. I don't know, maybe we'll do that. I doubt it. I think I'll just call it MailleWerX, Chainmail, and Craft Emporium. That seems overly overly complicated. I might change my whole stream channel to that. For my whole store. Make me food. Oh, did I just lose the stream? Did we just restart? If you're watching this, someone make a comment. It says I'm still going, but it like reset the timer. I wonder what happened. So I went to my patient's house, and her house is clean enough that I am willing to eat food from there, unlike most of my patients' houses. Like, I have a crazy cat lady who I almost barely touch anything when I go in there. You were having issues? Maybe it just like restarted real quick. Stream got interrupted. Makes me wonder what is going on. I did a fresh restart before we went live. I don't know what happened. It says I'm still going. So I was very happy. Early in the morning, box of fudge. Can't beat that. This is the lady. She showed me her stained glass that she makes too, along with the X-Wing fighter pilot dolls she was making. She's got 3 X-Wing fighter pilot outfits done and 1 full doll, and she said that I could share them. So I'm going to post them for her. I just thought they were super cool. Not many of my patients are the crafty type. Where is everyone tonight? I don't know, it's a Wednesday. Slow night for the week in general. I don't expect everyone to hang out every night. It'd be nice, but I think that's... I don't think that is what happens on any stream, really. Barb, you're by far my most consistent viewer, and, you know, the most supportive by hanging out with me here. So, yeah, you know, and we did just start, and people are looking like people are trickling in, so. Who knows, we might end up with a full house tonight. You like hanging out here? Well, I appreciate you being here. I do. I feel, you know, I feel bad for people who stream who don't have a supportive person, you know? I'm sure there are people out there who don't. But I've got Barb, and Barb comes and hangs out with me, and that makes it all worthwhile, you know, even if it is just one person. And I appreciate everyone who comes and hangs out regularly. But I always look forward to seeing your first comment there, asking me how I'm doing. Or saying hi. You know? Alright, we're getting somewhere on this. Turning the corner here. This must have fallen on the carpet. There's like a carpet shag in that ring. But, you know, I mean, imagine someone who is new to streaming, just sitting there talking to themselves, nothing going on. They don't have someone like you to check in on them. There are a lot of streamers out there. So I feel fortunate that you come hang out with me. I really do. Come here. Give me that ring. I'm grabbing the ring in the wrong place. Like I could have worked it, but I didn't want to. And nobody there. Yeah. Like, props to them for continuing to do it. As I've explained before, you know, streaming for an audience is certainly not the reason I stream, right? Okay. But it is nice to have one. I have to, like, I don't understand why they don't look the same. Maybe, hang on. Oh, they kind of look the same that way. They do match, which is weird. You know, like, why do they match? It looks so badass, you can't wait to see it finished. Well, thank you. Here, we'll do a full frontal for you. Oh yeah. It does look pretty good. I think that by going through and reworking everything, as big of a pain in the ass that it was, I think that it was definitely worth it in the long run. So, right. Couple of little areas to fix. I want to fix this chin strap piece. It looks weird. If we can make that a little nicer. The curve on the helmet, definitely worth it. I'm glad you think so. The curve on the helmet, the chin strap, and then these blades are a little too samurai sword looking, so we'll adjust a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with how everything else looks. So yeah, drove and drove and drove today. I'm not a fan of the work car that I drive. It's a Nissan, and in order to drive it, you gotta like crank your ankle outwards to get around your knee and your ankle. You gotta bend outwards like this in order to press the gas. It's a ridiculous position. So by the time I got done driving today, my hips were killing me. Cause I'm not a big guy by any means. I'm 5'9". But my lower body structure, like my hips and my legs, were not meant to fit comfortably into this car, like anatomically. I can fit in my truck just fine, which I would love to drive for work, except that my work car gets 32 miles to the gallon and my truck gets 14 on a good day with the wind behind it going downhill. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. Oh, I should probably like show you what I'm working on. I'm sure that'd be nice, you know, if the viewers could see the project. We've got the 2 cameras now. Probably use them. What a difference in gas mileage. Yeah, I have the EcoBoost engine, so it's not as bad as other half-ton pickups. On the highway, when I drove up here from Texas on the highway, I was getting 23 miles to the gallon in the truck. So it's not that bad. But I don't drive it much except in the little town we live in to go like pick up my kid in the afternoon or something. And so the gas mileage is pretty poor in town. And then if it's got 2 twin turbos on it, so if I'm like hitting the gas a little too heavy, I can drop that gas mileage probably down to like 8 or 9 miles an hour, just because the 2 twin turbos on it suck up gas like it's nobody's business. It's a pretty good, the truck's got pretty good pickup. So even for as someone who doesn't drive and has no knowledge of cars, you may as well be speaking another language. All right, turbo make truck go fast. And there's 2 of them. Hey Josh, how you doing? You're late to the party? That's all right. We were almost full up in here, and glad you got here in time. We almost ran out. We almost used up all the internet bandwidth. Had to start cutting viewers, but we made some room for you. Anyway, you don't drive, Barb? Is it, have you never driven, or you don't drive now? 23 miles to gallon for a truck is pretty good. About as good as you can expect. I'm sure there are some hybrid electric trucks out there that do better, but not bad. You're glad you got in? Yeah. VIP spot reserved, absolutely. Got you through the internet velvet rope. Had to give the door guy $50 though. Told him I was saving a seat for someone. Tell the bouncer to quit trying to frisk me. He's making it feel really weird. I paid him extra for that. Had your learner's permit and tried it, just could never get the hang of it. For a long time you weren't allowed to drive, so you just got used to not driving. Wow. I've been driving since I was like 14 or 15. I've met a couple people who just never drove. Like I had a friend from New York who didn't own a car, never drove, never got a driver's license because everything he needed in life was, you know, within walking distance. Yeah, real VIP service, exactly. So when he was in the army with me, when he got to his duty station, he had to go get a driver's license and learn how to drive and everything. And it wasn't like he was a young teenager, right? He was like, mid-30s, maybe early 30s with, you know, a bunch of teenagers in driver's ed learning how to drive. Yeah, a real VIP service. We only pay for the best around here. Spared no expense. All right. I guess we can just do that. Excuse me. Learned how to drive on bad backwoods roads. Like late at night, running from the cops with a vehicle full of grain alcohol. Like those kind of backwoods. Starting at about 12. I wasn't brave enough to drive at 12. Like, there weren't any vehicles for me to drive either. My grandparents had this like 16-foot long Chrysler. It was a quite the whale of a boat that they gave to my sister for her first car. And then she got a little coffin on wheels. It was a 1980 Ford Fiesta that was burnt orange. And that is what I learned to drive on. Yeah, those kinds of roads. Not those kinds of conditions. You're not pouring grain alcohol directly into the gas tank to try and get a little more juice out of the engine. Yep. You remember one time? You remember one time your brother tried teaching you how to drive a stick and you have no coordination whatsoever. You screamed at him, "How do you stop this fucking car?" Step on the fucking brake. You did it stalled a mere 6 inches from a cliff. Whoo, buddy, yeah, that'll wake you up. You grew up learning how to drive tractors and ride quads and bikes. As soon as your feet could reach pedals, you were learning how to drive. Yeah. I'm trying to get my kid a quad. Right? Just a little one, like a 50 to 80 cc one. And they got them around here, but they're like $2,000, right? And then used ones, you never know what you're gonna get, right? But for a brand name one, new from a dealership, cheapest I found was $2,000 for that size, which would be perfect for just like making circles in the backyard and deadening the grass. But I have as of yet been unable to purchase him one because he's got a power wheel that he drives around, and he's gotten better. You're 5 foot, fuck all. Your feet still don't reach the pedals. That's funny. They're a good investment, but they're really expensive. Uber expensive. Yeah. It's like, they've got Hondas from the 1980s, you know, like old three-wheelers that you can still get parts for, you know? Right, if you need to have one rebuilt, you just go to Honda and get all the parts you need. And you want to get a couple for a family, you want a 6-wheel John Deere with a dump bed to haul hay and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, especially if you have an excuse for a dual use purpose, like fun and games and also work. Yeah. I just want one to screw around on. Right? Like, there is outdoor stuff to do here in Wisconsin, and a lot of it's four-wheeling and side-by-sides and Maybe one day. The 6-wheeler does both, yeah. Heck yeah, I mean, I'd get one. I could. Like, I've got a Harley, right? And it's fun to go out riding. It is. And neither... You can get hurt on a 4-wheeler, you know, riding trails just as much as you can riding a Harley in traffic, right? Load it when you go camping or use it on the farm. I'd love to go camping with one and just take some back trails. There apparently is a lot of that in Wisconsin. I think the survivability rate of a 4-wheeler accident is a lot higher than, you know, a motorcycle accident, but still, you can still get hurt doing either. And I love my Harley, don't get me wrong. I'll be buried with it. But, you know, I would also like to ride around some back trails too. My dad's, he just turned 69 and he rides a dirt bike. He goes out into the middle of nowhere foothills in Idaho and rides his dirt bike. You had him when you were growing up. Your cousin actually flipped the damn thing trying to get up a steep berm. Yeah. We had my step grandpa and grandma had a 3-wheeler we would ride around on. They're fun, you know. You can't ride a 3-wheeler anymore, too dangerous. Three-wheelers are death machines? Yeah. Yeah, I know. We never got hurt, but there were multiple times when we almost died. Because we were, you know, 3 up on a machine that was only meant to hold one person, and you'd roll it and get it stuck on top of you, and then get your leg burnt from the exhaust pipes. Loads of fun. Loads of fun. I don't recommend trying this at home. You'd rather have a quad? Well, that's all they make anymore. Like, you can't... Oh, foot massage is over. You can't buy a new 3-wheeler unless it's like a trike, like a Harley trike. But even those aren't any safer. Thankfully, he just ate it really hard. Yeah. Yup. I can't wait for riding season to open up. Plan on doing a lot more riding this year, or I want to try and get to that. Get a few miles in this spring and summer. Design is flawed on the 3-wheeler. Quads are so much better. Yeah, I mean, I like the 2 wheels in front design, right? Like that 3-wheeler. I forget what the damn thing's called. It's like a car, right? It's like a Scorpion or... But it's, you know, it's got a steering wheel, 2 wheels up front, 1 wheel in the back that, like, makes you do really tight circles. So... I'd like to have one of those, just so, because my son is young, and it's not like he'll be able to ride with me soon, right? So I'd like something he can go. He likes to ride on the back of the Harley, but you know, we can only go around the block. He won't be old enough to ride legally for a while. A few more years. So I'd like something a little more family oriented. Yeah, reverse trike. Well, Polaris makes the, what's it called? A Spider? And then there's another one that's more of a, it's not like a motorcycle, it's like a car. I cannot for the life of me think of what that's called right now. But anyway, they look ridiculously fun. I got a friend who has one here in Wisconsin. We're gonna go visit him. So much better of a design than the original three-wheeler. I don't disagree as far as like functionality and safety is concerned. I'll still ride a three-wheeler though, because they're fun. Basically anything with a, yeah, Polaris slingshot. Those things look awesome. I'm super jealous of people who have them, right? It's like you're just skirting the limit of what qualifies as a vehicle, right? So you don't have to have seatbelts or wear helmets or, right? There's no airbags on the thing. That is not black enough. Something happened to fade that ring. All right, Barb, have a good night. Here, Barb says that she doesn't know a lot about cars because she doesn't drive, and all we do is talk about things with motors in them. Sorry, Barb. My bad. Like, I'm not good with like working on my own vehicle, just because like I changed schools during that portion where I would have normally learned that in high school. So thanks, Barb. All right, we love you too. Like, I can change a tire, I can change my oil, my air filter, my spark plugs. I can do basic stuff, right? But I've never had the opportunity to take down, you know, an engine. You're not a mechanic? Yeah. Like, I know I could do it if I had time to sit there and figure it out. It's just, never have. I did rebuild a carburetor for a Honda XL 350 dirt bike, and not dirt bike, enduro. Right, that was my first motorcycle. It was my dad's bike from the 70s, the 1972 Honda XL 350, and he dragged it around with him from house to house before he before it was laid in its final resting place behind my great grandmother's trailer. When I was like, I don't know, 15, 16, I started working on it. Getting a battery, getting the carb cleaned. Right? That was the most I ever got done. Okay, we're one ring wider on this side. We'll probably take it from here. Simple stuff's easy, not tearing an engine apart. And yeah. I've read enough about it that I could do it. Or an International Scout 2. I've had 2 International Scout 2s, and the first one was a blast. But then the next one was a project vehicle, and I never got to work on it. That's just, you know, no time, not enough knowledge or money. You simply never had the desire to do mechanical stuff? I mean, I don't know. There's plenty of stuff I'd like to do. But, you know, time and money are the 2 biggest limiters. And now we have our garage floor sealed, so that like nixes a ton of stuff that can even be done in there. Right? In order to have the warranty, can't have any metal touching the sealant, right? So like everything's got to be mounted on rubber pads, and you know, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of just a garage now, or just woodworking only. It's not like I could put jack stands down, and I guess I could put them up on pads, but I could find a way to make it work, but it's like even more of a hassle now. I like to build and make things, not tear things apart and repair them. I don't like repairing things, that's for sure. Right? If it's broke, take it to someone who knows how to fix it. I don't play around when it comes to that, like guessing or diagnosing what's wrong. No. They have computers that'll tell you what's wrong, and trying to get this all in one screen. All right. They don't have to be the same shape, but they do kind of have to be the same thickness. Yeah. Yeah, I can get all my woodworking tools and back into the garage this summer, and between Renee's car, my car, and the truck, right? Our garage and driveway are pretty full, so glad you live where you do. Looking forward to firing up your forge on Saturday. You have good neighbors, so you know they'll be cool with it. Yeah. I like where I live too. No, that's not true. Kenosha's like someone took a shit off the side of the highway, and that's Kenosha. You know, in between Milwaukee and Chicago. Like, I can't with this town. So, further out, you know, there are parts of Wisconsin that I have enjoyed, but can't imagine trying to hammer on metal for 4 to 6 hours living in a city. Yeah. Not without some complaints, I'm sure. Like, but you know, places where I want to move to, or that I would move to, like Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, right? Their housing prices are just as bad as here. So I have to wait. If I ever move again, it'll have to be in after the next housing market crash. You can't imagine trying. Okay. You have cops at your door in the first hour? Yeah. Yep. Which sucks, you know. I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to make my noise. My neighbors have noise complaints, right? But at the same time, I want to be able to do whatever I want, which it's fine. We got our little shed in the back there. I will work with what I have. Housing prices suck right now? Yeah, it's because they're doing the same shit they did in 2008 when the market crashed first. For the first, most recent time. You know, like bundling subprime loans and trading on them. Or whatever the hell they were doing. So it's like bubbling back up because I don't know, I guess people don't learn. And then, like, if I tried to move home to Idaho, I could probably afford the trailer my dad lives in, but I couldn't afford the property that he lives on. So no moving home for me, unless I want to have a $700,000 mortgage. We were throwing knives in the backyard yesterday. A neighbor came over and says, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be standing further away to do that?" Tell him to go stand down there by the target while you put a blindfold on. Just hold still right there. Let me put this over my eyes. Alright. Co-ed, naked, blindfolded, knife throwing. I need to make that into a t-shirt. Just a man and a woman, like the shadow of them, blindfolded, naked, throwing knives at each other, right? Like, and I should make that before someone else does, right? Because the thing I've learned about designs on the internet is that it's not the coolest design that sells well. Yeah, I know you can throw blindfolded. That's why just, you know, tell your neighbor to stand real still. He'll be fine, right? He trusts you. It's not the best design, right? It's not the coolest design. It's not the design that has the most number of hours put into it, right? It's the design that has the most ridiculousness behind it, that, or the designs that are the most ridiculous, that really do well on the internet. Yeah, co-ed, naked, blindfolded, knife throwing. Alright, that looks, taking that one row off looks a little better. Blade was a little thick there. All right. And I think I did the rest of this correctly. Just add some black and that should be, you know, I don't know if it's it. I think that will match the other side for now. I think if we get it to that point, we'll be doing all right. Hey, can you shut the laundry room door, babe? Thank you. Can you shut the laundry room door? And then you did, so thank you. I was, yeah. I was, yes.
What?
I was talking to you. You.
What?
The laundry room door. Is your I just asked if you would close it. I'm not sure what I got hooked into there, but I just assumed that your hearing was going along with your vision. I'm gonna steal that one. You're gonna take it to that to your buddy John Richard Norris and have him print it out for your Edge Weapons EMP group because that is awesome. Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, go make $1 million off that. I wish you well. Right? It's always, yeah, it boggles my mind, right? Like, I work really hard on a lot of the designs I've done, you know, most of them. And most of them don't gather any traction. And make a couple sales off some of them. But, it's always, you know, some really bad joke that's like has relevance at the time. A bait and switch. Is that what she pulled on me? I think she's just going deaf. Not gonna make a mint, more concerned with helping others, but the idea is awesome. And you might have some shirts made. Knock yourself out, man. You come up with a good design. You know, I don't know how many people there are in the knife throwing community, but I'm sure a lot of other people will be interested as well. All right. Alright. You can begin to show your appreciation for what I do. I am awesome on many levels. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. There's no way. Okay, like I keep looking at this. There's no way these match up, right? Like, I just want to be like you when I grow up, Josh. They don't match. What in the heck is going on? They do match. They do match. Okay. Something. This is like messing with my eyes, right? Okay, that makes me feel a little better looking at it that way. Well, Josh, thank you for your kind words. I do appreciate them. I think it's awesome that you took my designs and made them into actual pieces, which that's very flattering, right? To inspire someone else, you know? It's a nice feeling. And now I'm jealous that you've that you've made them. And I want them all. As soon as I get rich, I'll call you. I'll have my people call your people. You're very welcome, dude. Thanks for making good use of it. They came out awesome. Yeah, no, they're looking pretty good. You're getting a custom made frame for the flame inlay. Cool. That one actually looks really good. Right? Like, I wasn't... Flames were one of those things that I was never satisfied with. I was just kind of, okay, you know. Alright, it looks alright. But then you... Even on the print job, right? I wasn't quite happy with it. But then you made it into an actual inlay, and I looked at the whole thing. I was like, you know what? That came out pretty good. Like, the colors are spot on. My designs are on point. Thank you. I hope to do many, many more. Welsh flag and the Valnut inlay. Yeah, those are good ones. I just want everyone to be as excited about them as you are. That I can sell a few. I think if I took all those designs to any like Irish festival or Scottish festival or whatever and just like hung them up in a booth, I would probably sell out. Right? So maybe I can find a venue to go to this year. It pisses me off so much that I couldn't go to the Chain Link Up. Like, it straight up sucks that I couldn't go. So, but I heard that there is talk of another one, so I guess maybe in 2 years, if MailleWerX is still up and operating, which I hope it is, then we will get a chance to go then. They shouldn't do odd years though. If they do, like instead of 2022, do 2021 or 2023. You're bummed about that yourself? Yeah. Just because, you know, we get that some kind of pandemic every 4 years. This year it was COVID. 4 years ago, I think it was Ebola. Many years ago, it was Zika. You know, can't risk having a pandemic interrupt something like that again. So, you know, just go to the odd years. Well, I guess this was an odd year. Maybe we need to go to the even years then. COVID messed everything up. Yeah, I mean, Zika, Ebola, SARS, yeah, like all that crap. I don't know if by changing the year they can dodge something like that, but, you know, seems likely. I just hope I am around to be able to go to the next one. Hopefully we'll have many more designs and many more products. All the way back to Mad Cow, yeah. So, definitely like to go to the next one, if there is one. Or any chainmail themed event moving forward. Or Irish or Scottish or Highland Games, or, you know, it's a circus sideshow, half real, half illusion. Which, well, I mean, I think I know what you're talking about. What's going on with the music? Music's been kind of like slow tonight. I'm not unhappy with this Pretzel Rock app on here, but we need more male themed events. I think we need more male at events. Right? A male themed event is nice. I haven't been to a Highland Games around here. Right? But outside of the Renaissance Festival and a chainmail meetup, right? I've never seen like high quality chainmail. You know, I've seen the guy got some galvanized steel rings, set up booth going. You know, the crappy 4-in-1 bikini top going. Which, nothing against them. Props to them for trying. I was also once that guy. And if you want to come do some events, you'd happily welcome you to the Mailers Guild at your Ren fairs. That's an interesting proposition. Is it like a traditional Renaissance festival? It's got grounds that people have booths at and whatnot. I've always been under the impression that my product would not get me into those, based on what I've heard. I've never tried. I could become a Rennie. What I really want is it will take a while to get this, right? But what I really want is like wholesale in stores, as many stores as I can get into, right? I would love to do all the little mom and pop gaming shops in every town across the nation. MailleWerX chainmail themed apparel and accessories. I don't know. Casual Ren Fair, if you say you were in. Oh, okay. Interesting. We'll have to talk more about that. I wouldn't mind taking a visit out that way. Appreciate the invite and the opportunity. Like, I need to get that set up, right? Like, yeah, okay, I'd love to have like a mobile, wholesale distribution, right? You know what I'd love? QVC. Somebody get me on QVC. But then I could, you know, spend time jaunting around the country and, you know the organizers personally, and you are the Brood Squad. Nice. You know, get one of those trailers, fill it up with gear, a booth set up, and travel around to different shows and whatnot. That would be fun to do. I think a mall kiosk would be probably pretty good. We're working on an encampment strictly for mailers. It's cool. Sounds like fun. I want to do more than... Well, I mean, I need to get my internet sales up off the ground. Right. Because they've just kind of been dragging along, and I blame part of that on COVID. And then the other part on, I am not internet savvy enough to be as successful as I want to be, right? But I'm getting there. There are 4 of you right now, you're all friends, and you do something slightly different? Cool. I would love to come out and visit you and hang out. If only to get out of Wisconsin for a while. Rather than competing with, you help each other right now. You have Demented Armory, Dark Mount Mail, Ember Nightshade, and yourself. Well, I know 2 of those people. That's cool. I may know all of them. I don't think I do. Yeah, get the internet sales up so that it's like on autopilot, right? Like you can kind of get Etsy onto autopilot where you average a certain number a month in sales, right? Or at least that's my understanding. If you do your keyword search right. So that's my next project. It's getting that done. Yeah. Put that on. Just so where it doesn't, you don't have to be like watching your numbers every day, right? Trying to improve little things here and there. That's a really time-consuming way to go about trying to make money on the internet, you know? There are some things that are set it and forget it. Not many, but a few. I would like to make my store as much set it and forget it as possible. Alright. That's where we're at for tonight. Right, we're gonna shake these a bit more. They look accurate. So, still have more work to do, but we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Right? Oop. Smacking the camera around. Alright. Oh, it just passed my bedtime. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Everyone here are good people in my book. It looks perfect. It's coming along, man. I'm really happy with where it's at right now. Well, I got the handles to do, and that's like it. Fill it all in with black and call it a day. Oh, my elbow. Hanging it. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I like the way it hangs too, because even just holding it up like this without, you know, a lot of support in the middle, there's not a lot of distortion because it's 6-in-1. Yeah, it looks better pulled tight, but the 6-in-1 prevents it from elongating, right? The way if you did European born one in the same ring size, right? Anyway, the 6-in-1 holds itself up nicely, so. But that's got to be it for tonight. I do have to go to bed. I do got another long day tomorrow. So thank you for everyone for hanging out. I gotta work on my outro too. If you haven't caught the beginning of one of these lives, I talk in a funny voice and try to do like an announcement thing. Now I want to do one for the end too. I'll have to think about it for a little bit. Have a good night, Josh. You're very welcome, buddy. Thank you guys for hanging out. Be sure to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessories. Lots of new stuff coming this year, so keep your eyes out. I will talk to you guys, if not Thursday night, then at the latest Friday. Everyone have a good night.